Hidden in the trees, this winter camp stayed warm while the world froze. They chose places where the land and forest bent the wind away. Their camp sat near water they could reach, but not where winds howled strongest.
From outside, it looked buried in ice. From inside, it was a living hearth.
The whole camp was arranged to work with the forest and hills.
They read the land in winter, choosing hollows where trees and hills already fought the wind for them.
Snow walls turned dangerous drifts into shields that calmed the air inside camp. They kept their water close, tucked where trees and banks softened the winter air. Inside the camp, they carved tunnels of snow instead of open roads. Fuel stayed stacked where wind and snow could not easily steal it. Each lodge was its own tiny winter world, engineered for warmth. They hunted for invisible rivers of cold and stopped them at the roots of the walls.
They never trusted bare earth. Every inch under their bodies was padded and insulated.
A small fire and a close circle were easier to keep warm than a big room. They let the camp itself act like a bigger, softer shield against the cold. Even play stayed inside the protected pocket of the winter camp. Most winter living happened inside the lodges, around a patient, steady fire. Every object in the lodge worked with the fire, never against it. They brought just enough fuel into each home to keep the heart glowing. They carefully sized their fires to the tight space of the tipi.
Body heat and robe layers did as much work as the flames themselves.
Forest, snow, hide, and fire all formed one system, not separate parts. Warmth in camp depended on everyone, not just one lodge. Even short tasks outside were done close to heat and shelter.
The whole camp layout was adjustable, not fixed.
No.
They made maps in the dirt to show how the land itself helps keep them warm. Their camp's place in the trees meant they could gather wood without walking into open, killing wind. From the forest above, they brought the forest's strength down into the heart of the camp. Every lodge got its winter armor regularly renewed. They tuned the teepee's breathing as the weather shifted. This camp had been built for nights like the one now coming. They walked their circle, making sure every lodge was ready. Before the blizzard's full weight arrived, they walked the camp and tightened every part that held back the cold. The land they chose softened the worst of winter's anger. In the heart of each lodge, warmth moved from coals to stones to people. Their sleeping circles were arranged to protect the most fragile first.
Someone always stayed half awake to guard flame and comfort.
For a while, The world outside the camp almost disappeared.
They filled the short days and long nights with sound that held their spirits up.
This was how they stayed warm in mind, not just in body. Hour by hour, the camp proved what its design could handle. When the worst passed, the village still breathed under a thicker blanket. Morning light returned, weak but welcome, to a camp that was still alive.
From above, the layout showed its logic. Water, wood, and shelter, all within reach. They kept their lodges from sagging without giving up the snow's protection. The same walls that held tight in storms could loosen in calmer hours. Their camp's position by water meant they didn't have to roam far in deadly cold. Warm water became another form of comfort and cleanliness inside the lodge.
They explain that warmth began not inside one lodge, but in how the whole camp sat within the land.
The camp itself was a warming system, made from distances and directions. Even hunting paths were chosen to avoid the worst of the winds. Daily chores kept bodies moving and hearts invested in the camp's survival. As darkness stretched, the camp curled inward around its many small suns.
This was their winter living room, where heat and community met.
The walls carried memories and meaning, as well as warmth.
They honored the place itself as a partner in staying alive.
The camp glowed like a small constellation settled gently among the trees. Against this enormous winter world, their smartest move was how and where they gathered. Inside each lodge, warmth came from coals, stones, robes, and people pressed together. Connection itself kept them from feeling lost in the long cold.
Another day began with the same careful rhythm, tending fires, checking walls, and trusting the camp they had built with the winter in mind.
Every small action, packing snow, trimming wood, stirring stew, was part of staying warm.
Here, design, land, and community came together to turn deadly cold into...
Inside a Native American winter camp, they stayed warm not by luck, but by choosing the right place, the right shelter, and the right way to live together.